This is the Wall Street. This is the Wall Street Beat Show, Crypto and Crypto. And if you didn't know, now you know, bitches. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Talks about niggas Crypto and Crypto. We got these indicators. Don't be a hater or a hoe. I gotta let you know we're making Crypto and Crypto. Hit the like and subscribe. We're going on the run. I get excited when I buy crypto. I said I get excited when I buy crypto. You gotta keep your emotions. I said I get excited when I buy. It's time to settle the score. You don't wanna trade crypto no more. If you don't understand that emotion, will take you to another place, and now you'll chase the red candle, can't stand you. There's Wall Street. I don't know. It's Crypto and Crypto. Don't flip, yo. Everybody buy it, goes up really high.
What's their favorite saying? Wish I bought more. Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto every day? We talk about this crypto space, technical analysis, crypto news. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. We're going to break this stuff down and how I think Ethereum this morning. If you want to be a wolf, hit the bell, all notifications, become a subscriber. Let's get to the 1.5K subscribers. I cannot wait until the day we're talking about that. So much to talk about. We go over the news, how I think Ethereum, how I think it is very vital, how important. If you do remember, we were trading just about $29.80. Actually know a couple people who purchased this price before falling down to here. If we all knew that we were definitely going down a little further, we would have been able to dollar cost average in. But as you can see here, this big gap coming all the way through. This nightmarish pattern here is soon going to be a dream. And as we can think that we can come all the way back up, and how we think 29.80 is going to be major resistance, even though 2,000 is going to be the resistance we have to fight through once we break above the 2,000, and we're fighting, and that 1920 is gone. We already know. We're talking about prices at 29.80. So we're going to talk about the S&P this morning, back out above the 4,100 pretty strong. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin dominance. If you're excited about that, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Bitcoin dominance is a very big part of this crypto atmosphere, and why we're going to be paying attention to some of these altcoins. Are some of these altcoins is ready to pop? As you can see, Solana up 10%, RNDR is up 18, stacks 11.5, CFX 14.4. You got a couple of good ones here hiding in the groups. Phantom up 9.1. Cardano still steady in the race there at 5.3. Litecoin, and you can go further and further as you see all these going. Archibald up 5%, Aave 5%. So pay close attention to what is happening right now. As we are in the crypto space, we're looking at a 1.24 trillion market cap. So very important, 1.24 trillion, up about 4.3% right now. And Bitcoin currently trading above 30,000 since June of 2022. So pretty excited to hear and see all this stuff happening. We were buying and we were selling at the 1920. Now it's time to really just sit back and analyze what is happening to the crypto space. And those are the big levels I do plan on paying close attention to. So we're going to touch a little bit about Jasmy, a little bit of Cardano news, and a couple other things. So that's kind of exciting this morning. Jasmy Grant, connecting Jasmy ecology with ideas. Looks like Japan, the Japanese Bitcoin, is starting to turn a little bit of some heads, and it looks like this is becoming a project that in Japan they're going to pay more attention to. They're really putting all of their resources in. Where are the billions of potential users in the encryption industry, except for the third world countries short of financial tools like Africa, Latin America, having missed the Web 2 wave, yet now actively accepting Web 3. Japan, with a large population base, is usually overlooked. In fact, since the new Japanese government took office in 2021, the new Prime Minister, Fumio Kishida, if I said it even close to correct, has elevated Web3 as national strategy to spare national efforts to promote it. So Jasmy, as the national blockchain project in Japan has become the most popular and concerned concept project in the Japanese market, and the hidden possibilities gradually emerge in 2023. So pretty exciting news. Yes, let's effing go. I'm pretty excited this morning. Jasmy's Japan's national blockchain project. Jasmy is a real encryption veteran with a broad market, though not well known in the field. So we're going to go a little bit out of this now, but I hope you enjoyed some of this article. It seems like they're going to spend a little bit more time and some resources onto the Jasmy project, getting into this Web3. Pretty exciting to know that. So MicroStrategies, he's been buying, right? Been buying all the way since 60,000, 65,000, 58,000, whatever the price exactly was. But it looks like, if you could see, this is a prime example of how dollar cost averaging is so important. Dollar cost averaging. The guy had an average price of Bitcoin at 50,000, 55,000, 40,000. Then it came down to 35. As you can see, the gentleman is buying the dip. The gentleman, well, the company, and they now own one Bitcoin for every 5 out there, I believe, 20%. As the price of Bitcoin recaptures 30,000, MicroStrategy's bold investment in the largest cryptocurrency appears to be paying off. They're finally in the green. So it's pretty wild how this happens. Their average Bitcoin dollar average in was just under that 30,000. I believe they are now in approximately a nice green area. So buying the dip, and there it is. An average purchase price of approximately $29.83. So they're now in the green. And you can only imagine, as this continues to tick up past that number, how much effing money this gentleman has for MicroStrategy. So pretty exciting. Bitcoin is here to stay. I don't see Bitcoin going anywhere. So if you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe. We're going to go over this crypto blockchain, this crypto space as best we can. Gemini receives $100 million from the Winkle twins. Guys, pay attention to what's going on. This is fantastic news. The FUD, the macro, everything is starting to flip here. Looks like the FUD is dying and the macro is starting to get stronger. The power of Cardano's community, how ADA holders drive success, according to the Tap Tools. ADA holders, they're holding strong. And the community is just seeming to grow bigger and bigger. It is getting stronger and stronger as we go through. On Monday, April 10th, and it is the 11th. So if you're paying attention now, tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Well, tomorrow is the Shanghai upgrade for Ethereum. I am expecting huge volatile waves for tomorrow. So if you're going to get into a leverage trade, I'd be very careful, particularly tomorrow on Ethereum. Ethereum is going to have some crazy shit going on with being able to stake, changing the staking, being able to do certain things with Ethereum. We're going to see some crazy action tomorrow, so please be very careful. The team behind Tap Tools, the most popular and comprehensive asset tracking platform on Cardano, ADA, shed light on the driving force behind Cardano's success, its passionate community, and Cardano is really going to probably pass. A lot of people are going to turn heads on that one, and when it does start moving, you're going to be really surprised. Bitcoin, not Ether, builds crypto market dominance. We're going to talk about the Bitcoin dominance on the charts in just a second. Ahead of Ethereum Shanghai upgrade, so Bitcoin's dominance rate, its share of the crypto market has risen to its highest in almost 2 years. We're going to talk about that. While Ethereum stagnates, really not necessarily what I think is happening. That's not really necessarily true. But Bitcoin is moving. We do see that happening, and the Shanghai upgrade is specifically tomorrow. So anybody getting involved, pretty exciting, right? Dancing. There was a little meme here we were laughing at. Pretty exciting. Fighting off the bears. This was a real video of somebody fighting off a bear. I couldn't imagine this particular scenario. Instead of fighting a bear, you're actually fighting a bear. I don't know. That's pretty intense. So this video was amazing. So if you want to check it out on Instagram, you can check it out. The guy literally fights off a bear. He's pretty fortunate to be up here, and it does leave him alone, thank God for his sake, but that is a very scary situation. So let's get into the crypto market. Let's talk about some things here. Why I think Shanghai and how that is very important. You can see here boring sideways action in this range for quite some time now. We're looking at a weekly chart for Ethereum, and as you can see, as the week's gone by here, we had this huge gap coming down that I think we're going to pick up, and eventually where we could go. Not financial advice, this is number twice as nice. I do remember these particular prices. We have to find 29.80 as a good sell-off. Perhaps we could go off from there, but I will be taking profits at that point in time. 2,000, as you can see here, 2,000 is going to be a big number. It's going to be a big price. If you watched yesterday's video, well, you missed it, then I'm sorry. This is yesterday's. We talked about this. Resistance level of 1826. I see where we're going. What's happening? Well, this is the last VWAP that we got on this dead cat bounce, telling me about 1828, somewhere around there. But what could happen is we could build support there. You could be safe. I don't know if that's going to happen. You could see in this particular pattern, we could fill this up nicely. Looks pretty good, right? What is this? It's kind of like a falling wedge situation on the 4-hourly. As you can see here, we were struggling to break up, but every time we did hit this trend, you could see what you want to find out from this trend is here. So we got to break the 1865. That's something that I'll pay attention to. Why is that? Well, the 1865 level in this area, this is the trend that I want to break out of, and I do know that once that starts happening, well, now I see what's going on. I got an upward W coming in this pattern. I can now take on a long position. This will be able to give me a heads up. If not, now that was yesterday on Ethereum, showing you on the 4-hourly what we're talking about as I go into this pattern. And I said we were looking for that falling wedge type area, and you would have to break out of the 18. I think I said 65, but it was 1867. So would put a long position in once we start breaking. So put the long position in about 1869, 1870, be safe. And you already knew 1920, I was not going to let my profits really go much more past that. So we took on the position, put on some leverage, made a great trade. This doesn't happen often, but we did get this particular trade from yesterday. I was sharing my advice, and now guess what? 2 4-hourlies to the downside. Here comes the next leg up. And now I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we will finish above there, and the next level for that trade now is we're buying the dip there. You didn't have to sell out. You didn't have to dollar cost average out. You kind of actually held. And 2,000. I believe 2,000 is going to be our next price. It's going to be the next level where I will be looking to take some profits. But where is my major? And like I said, here it'll be 2,000. We're going to be asking her for her phone number, and if she rejects us, we'll be getting tidy. We'll be putting our we'll be shaving, showering, and doing some things until we find the woman named 2980. And I can't wait to ask for her phone number. And if she lets us in and we pop through, we're going to be seeing some prices, obviously creating new higher highs. And you already know what happens after we create new higher highs. Show me a new high, I'll show you a new buy, and then that's where Ethereum, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, we could really break out to somewhere, I don't even know where we could possibly go, 10,000, 20,000. Ethereum at that point in time, things of that nature would be pretty enticing and pretty insane. We would be losing our shiznick. So what's going on right now? Looking at the relative strength index, throwing up some indicators. As you can see, yesterday I did tell you, if I threw out my Bollinger Bands, and this is the best one, you can't use it on the phone, it's really sad. But exponential moving average. What did I say starting yesterday's video? I said, and it's starting to happen again on the weekly now. Oh, shit. Bollinger Bands, EMA is getting tight. I'm going to get a breakout to the up or to the downside, but now the weekly is starting to represent that particular scenario. So if I see here from Ethereum, we could get another test to the upside, but do expect some major resistance coming soon. So maybe we do touch this 2,000. We'll see what happens. As you know, 1920, I don't really see 1920 getting broken through yet, but this is what we see happening on the weekly. If I get to the 4-hourly, you'll see what I talked about yesterday. And yesterday I said what? Yesterday's video, I said we're getting tight right here. Bollinger Band's getting super tight. I expect the breakout. I thought that the breakout would be to the downside and giving us a better opportunity to buy. But if you did watch the video, I said I expect a big uptick then down. So we'll see what happens from here. Looking at these, it does look like we could get 2 4-hourly candles to the downside, which we did get here. 1 4-hourly candle, another 4-hourly candle hitting my resistance exactly. Do we get a bounce to the upside from here now? What I need to see a candle do, and I need to see the candle finish above 1930. So once a 4-hourly here, we're on the 4-hourly chart for TradingView of Ethereum. Once I get a 4-hourly that shows me a candle that wants to bang above that 1930, and that's what I'm going to need to see, guys. We know about the 1920. We'll get rid of it. But once I get a finishing candle, 1930 Ethereum, I have a big, strong feeling that the next leg is up here, and 2,000 is going to be our price. And ultimately, when this is done, correcting a little bit from here and there, like I said, I believe I'm going to be selling a little bit out at the 2,900 level. Looks a little crazy from here when you can bring it out, but get rid of that EMA. You can see real tight. Wow, we're getting super tight here. Is that flipping? We're going to find out, so stay tuned. Pretty exciting here. You can see the band flipping and getting tight here. Same kind of scenario, but looks like we're going in the other direction here. So I'm excited for that. Bitcoin. How could we not get through without talking about Bitcoin? Let's look at the dominance for Bitcoin. This could be some of the altcoin season starting up here. This could be what we're getting into. And if you see here right from, and it's kind of funny, right? The last time we traded 30,000 Bitcoin was when? Well, it was June of 2022. Well, guess what? Look at that, June 11th, 2022. Pretty cool, right? what it was the last time we had this dominance. We're looking at the Bitcoin dominance right now. The Bitcoin dominance, the last time we were this high on the Bitcoin dominance was June. And that's crazy because that's exactly where the price is now. So good morning, Chief. Good morning, Mr. Sellner, to you in the super chat. Just going over some recent errors here of what we're going in the history of the Bitcoin dominance. It's pretty important to pay attention to it. Not many people will find this important, but as you can see, sideways, long, boring action. And what is happening is we are finally starting to test up here, getting back to the bull run. What happens is that Bitcoin dominance, just like the Ethereum gap here, we will fill that gap once we start the rally. Once we break above that 50, you already know the bull market is officially in session. Class is in session. Bitcoin dominance is now going to take us to where we want to be, and the altcoin season will start as well. So Phantom, things like that. Looks like the altcoin season is starting, if you were to ask me. Pretty exciting, right? I hope you had a wonderful Easter. What I'll be singing at every restaurant when Bitcoin hits 250K. Oh, la limla. I mean, how excited will everyone be? We talked about this yesterday, right? Apple puts the Bitcoin white paper on every MacBook. So if you did miss that news, this is about a week old already. But pretty exciting to see what is happening. As you can see, looking at the Bollinger Bands, looking at everything. How great is this? The EMA is getting super tight. Do we get a rejection or do we keep going up? I believe that this momentum will take us to the upside, guys. I'm pretty excited for the 2,900 Ethereum. Very excited. If we do look, though, Bitcoin. Where would Bitcoin go? I'm going to see if we can get to the 32,000 sellout for Bitcoin. But what I see here, and that's going to correlate us to a 38 or 37. So I'm wondering, do we break out of this ascending channel? As you can see right now, could be getting perfect resistance on this Bitcoin chart. This would be what would happen if we were going to continue and break above. What we would have to do is break above this 32.3 price. So I had a 31,000 price. I would be taking profits, but if you pay attention to right about here, this is what we're looking at on the daily. If you pay attention, there's a big gap here as well. So we have two major gaps that we're going to pay close attention to with Bitcoin. And these gaps, guys, we were getting our balls kicked in, our ass kicked in, excuse my French. But look at that. So there are two big significant moves here that come rather quickly, and they were to the downside. So now we're looking to fill that gap, see if we can get this big inverted. And what am I looking at the daily? Well, don't want to get too many people excited, but we're going to end the show, and I want to show you what is happening here. Please, like I said, I don't want to get too many people excited, but this usually would have gotten me excited. Looking at this thing here, what are we seeing? What we're seeing an inverted head and shoulders pattern. And guys, on the weekly or on the daily, this is just the beginning on. Look at this. Look at this amazing shiznick, all the way up to about 48,000. So I want you to understand that this was my prediction when we were falling this year. And you can watch my January videos. I talked about this, and we're not even here yet. It will be nice if we fill this all out. High volatile waves in the process. Of course, we're not going to shoot straight up. Pay attention to what is happening on this pattern. See resistance coming down from this dotted line. Would not surprise me if we continued that. What is that? Well, that's amazing. We would come down on this dotted line. What would happen? We would hit resistance possibly around this area. I would look like a genius. Doesn't surprise me if that really does happen. So pay attention to what could go here. This is where we're currently at for the Bitcoin price. Pay attention to that. As you can see, we're getting a volatile wave up, getting a nice rally, nice push. If we continue to go, which most likely will happen, everyone FOMOs in. You're going to find yourself getting a little resistance around here. I'm going to save this for you for the next video. You will then see how accurate we can be. As you can see here, ascending triangle pattern, ascending channel, excuse me, that's where we're at. So once we break above it, we could hit resistance and then come right back into it, giving us these buybacks on Bitcoin if possible. So not saying that it's definitely going to happen, but at some point in time, guys, we already know these prices occur. We get opportunities to buy the dip, and it's just up to us to take on that risk. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got updated in some things. Jasmine looking pretty good. Hi there. Good luck, and thank you, Pete. And well, there's no luck in technical analysis, so I do appreciate your positive feedback. Thank you so much, Stefan for life. But let's get it as we sit here and find ourselves at these prices. So just like Ethereum, I'm talking about the 2,000 break, and I'm talking about the 2,900. So correlate these two prices of Bitcoin with Ethereum and understand that these are the moves that we're looking for next. Hit your screenshot, do what you got to do. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. But if you would like to watch the next video, stay tuned. Hit the bell, all notification. Wall Street Pete, sicked out in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto. One thing I want to talk about before you leave, please don't run. I forgot. Always wanted to talk about a couple other things. Traditional markets, we got to get involved and talk about this because it is important. 4 hourly, as you can see here coming in. What did I say? I expect the S&P to do this. Well, it's doing mother effing exactly as predicted. It really is, right? Can't you see? Right here coming in, cup and handle. I said another cup and handle would come in, eventually breaking, asking her for her phone number, her name is 415786. Hey, 41 agent 5786. Can I have your phone number and take you out for coffee? No, you cannot. No. Rejection until we get it. Until she says yes, and we can break above the resistance. S&P breaks this resistance. Guys, we are only 15.6% in this recession, in this terrible, terrible world that we live in. Oh, we're only 15.6% away from the all-time high on the S&P. Guys, this is amazing. The traditional markets are not in such bad shape as many people believe to be. So pay attention to what's happening. Bitcoin dominance looks phenomenal. S&P looks excellent. As soon as the S&P continues and breaks above here, we're going to find ourselves testing that 4,300 level. I would love to be talking about that in the next video. If so, DXY doing a little bit of what we said. Why? Because I gotta. Pretty good with this prediction. If you've been following us from October of 2022, you would have been part of this. You would have said, okay, this gentleman said, well, there's a double top pattern here. He believes we're going to come all the way down, develop this head and shoulders bearish pattern. Right shoulder would then develop somewhere around here. He did that. Hit resistance, come back down, and we'll be back at the 101. And that's exactly where we are right now. And I do believe that the DXY is going to touch one more time to about this level. If we do break below that level, and that's where I have this arrow here, it's going to be chaos. And I want you to understand that the 95 level for the Dixie would probably perhaps come through once we started breaking below this point. So pay attention to how important this level, this next area is for the Dixie. It's very important. I know a lot of people don't think it is, but it's very important. So my name is Wall Street Pete. I do hope you have a wonderful trading day, have a wonderful week. Try not to do too much of a long video here, but it was very necessary to talk about everything that we did. So please become a part of the community, become a part of the Wolves today. Hit the bell. All notifications. Used to work on New York. We used to work on Wall Street, in Wall Street, however you want to say it, in the open outcry pit where people scream and yelled. This is one of the greatest places I worked in the world. I mean that. I love this place. Buy found, if found, please drop in the nearest mailbox. Postage master, return guaranteed. New York Mercantile Exchange. And it does continue to see the address. Go check it out for your own self if you'd like to see where we were located. It's one of the greatest places in the world. Let's see if we can get this address up. I want people to research. I want people to see where we're from. And, of course, it's not going to work. So I'm going to read it off to you. 1 North End Avenue, World Financial Center, New York City, New York, 10282-1101. It is now the Van Gogh Museum. Pretty sad to see that right across from the Colgate Hudson River, and you could take the New York waterway. This handsome man used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange, Peter, and we used to do very well there, and I do miss this place very much. Open outcry before you could go on your phone and just start trading away on your cell phone and be a little brat. And I call little brats because the technology today is making us all brats. So become a part of the Wolves today. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, all notifications so we do come live and you don't miss this information. It's very important. We try to have fun. It's a guy who knows how serious life is, and we try to have fun each and every day. So if you had a rough day this morning, put on a good beat, put your feet back in bed, and don't let them touch the ground until you hear a good beat and a good song. We're gonna have a good day. La-dee-da-da. Yeah. So hit that like and hit that subscribe because we're going on a ride and we're going to the moon. And damn, we're going soon. Take care, everyone. See you in the next video, my friends.